This is a collard green. Most people, when they think of collard greens, they think of bacon grease. And I'm cooking these down to where they're just mush. But we like to eat them raw. And they are really nice to use as a wrap. Now this has a really thick stem in it. And the way that I do collard greens, I will cut it off right about there so that I have a bigger, a wider section at the bottom. Then I'm going to cut around this. So I'm not going to go all the way to the top, but just where it's its thickest. So I cut on each side of it, and then I just cut it at the middle. So this is pliable, because otherwise it's too thick to bend. And then I start with the round end. I put that toward me, and I'm going to take the red pepper cheese. We're just going to spread it on here. Now, this is a favorite of kids. I know my granddaughter, who's 9, she loves the red pepper cheese, eating it with carrots or with peas, snap peas. Okay, next we're going to just put whatever veggies you have on hand, whatever veggies you like. Here's a cucumber that one of the things, well, I will show you this. Last week we used cucumbers and we just sliced the whole thing, but this time, because of the water content of the seeds, I'm going to scrape it out. This one was really, had lots of liquid in there. Otherwise it will just kind of break down our wrap if it's got too much moisture. And I'm just going to slice these in thin strips. I'm just going to lay it all the way across. We want it to go all the way out to the edges. Then I have some veggies here that I've already prepared. We have some bell pepper, red and yellow bell pepper, that we'll put across here. This is kind of like a party in your mouth. And again, your imagination is the only thing that keeps you from having a fabulous wrap every time. If you want to use a sprouted grain wrap, an Ezekiel 9 wrap, or a gluten-free wrap, that works also. The one thing about I have found with the gluten-free wraps, they still have a lot of processed ingredients in it. They may not have wheat or rye or barley, but they have a lot of highly processed flours and sometimes sugars and sweeteners and oils. So I tend to stay, if I'm going to have a wrap, I stay with the Ezekiel 9, the sprouted grain wrap. Even though it has some wheat in it, I tend to do better with those. This is the spaghetti. I had made some earlier, so for zucchini that I had made into spaghetti. So I'm going to use that for the wrap. It works well. I'll throw some red onions on here. And I'm going to wipe this up a little bit. All right, so now we're ready to wrap. So you're just going to hold everything really tight. Also, if you have lettuce or sprouts, it's really good in here. And if you don't like a lot of vegetables right now, I think your taste buds will change. But if you don't like a lot of vegetables, adding the lettuce to it makes it much fuller. The way I like to do this is take a toothpick and stick it on either side. And then I'm just going to cut it at an angle. Okay, we're going to get a plate and put this on it. And here we have our salad that you can eat with your hands, our collard wraps. And again, you can use any vegetables you want. You can use a lettuce leaf if you don't want to use the actual collard green. You could use a romaine lettuce leaf. You could use sprouted grain. There's a lot of options to do for wraps. But it's a fun way to eat. It's very fulfilling in your stomach because of the nutrients that are in here. The collard greens have a lot of protein, a lot of antioxidants. They're very good for us. Anything that's dark and leafy green is really good. So today we've had our red pepper cheese recipe and our collard wraps. And again, this can be used in a variety of ways. Once you learn to make this recipe, you can make anything you want out of it. It freezes well. Anything that's nut-based will freeze. It will become a little thicker. This, you can see, when this cools down a little bit in the fridge, it will become a little bit thicker. But when you freeze it, it'll be kind of pasty. You just have to stir it. It doesn't change the flavor at all. So it keeps well. You know, this makes quite a bit. You can freeze it in little containers and send it with your kids with some carrots or celery sticks. They can have that like a hummus, or take it for your lunch. It's a quick and easy way to be able to have something available that's healthy. This will keep in your fridge for up to 2 weeks, and many times it lasts even longer than that. But I know for 2 weeks it'll be nice and tasty. I just encourage you to look at loving yourself, celebrating you, and making better choices today so tomorrow can be your best, so that you can live an optimum